With the year coming to an end and a new one beginning, now is the time to start thinking about who you want to become, what energy you want to embody, and what steps you can do to get you there. So here is a 2025 action plan that you can begin to implement. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Pamela and today we're going to be talking all about how to create your 2025 action plan, intentions to focus on for the new year ahead, plus how to make consistent routines, achieving your personal goals, and much more. We have less than 2 months until the new year begins, and to help you guys start off the new year right and on the right foot, we previously talked about how to enter your winter arc era, how to make the most of these last few months of the year, but I also wanted to make a video dedicated on how to start building that action plan for making 2025 one of your best years yet. And I personally have had a very challenging year. I feel like I just learned a lot this year, not just from me as a person, but also with my work, people, my environment, my potential, and so much more. So 2024, I've definitely learned a lot. And this video, I guess, is also just that reminder for me that I can also make 2025 a very, very great year. But if you guys have not watched my winter arc era video, it dives a lot deeper into that habit building, that routine building, to really focus on what you want to do when we are going into this new year. So you are already going to be ahead of most people just by watching this video and already figuring out what you want the new year to look like. So we're going to be diving into all things mental health, physical health, your physical well-being, emotional well-being, and so much more, because these 4 pillars are very, very essential when it comes to our everyday lives for how we can take care of ourselves, how we can love ourselves, and of course continue to prosper as much as we can. So let's get into these 6 tips. Tip number 1 is set a 3-word intention for each month. So this is a tip that I have previously mentioned in my monthly reset videos, and this is something that I actually just started doing for every single month when I do my monthly resets. And it's that reminder and that intention for the month of what you want to focus on, because intentions are a practice and way to help you develop habits to not only make life simpler, but also to make life fun and to not overthink things so much. Because at the end of the day, you have one life is short, you want to make the most of it, and you don't want to spend it overthinking about things. So you don't just have to do 3 words for the month of what you want to focus on. You can also do some sort of written out affirmation. It could be, I love and approve of myself, I welcome abundance into my life, I am grateful for this moment, happiness is a choice that I make. Whatever it is, you can also do little affirmation sentences just like this to really choose goodness for your life, and it can honestly do wonders. So an example of this with October was that I specifically picked 3 words for October, which was relax, believe, and work. And in September, I picked learn, care, and breathe. And the reason why I say to pick 3 words for the month instead of 1 is because these words are going to define the energy of what you want to focus on or what you want to bring for the month ahead. And it doesn't even have to just be for one specific month. A lot of people also like to look at the year in the 4 quarters. So you can also just pick one thing you want to focus on for every 3 months of the year and then continue to switch it up every 3 months. But monthly intentions with words like this can really help simplify those feelings for what you want to focus on, but it can also be a way to guide you and your decisions throughout the month as things are coming up. So for example, in October, like I told you guys, I specifically picked relax, believe, and work, and it really helped me because, like I said in my previous videos, if you guys have not been watching, I've been mentioning that I was struggling a lot recently with my personal work in terms of what I should keep doing. Should I go all in on content creation, or should I get an office job? Should I go use my degree and do something that is a lot more stable? And I keep having so much back and forth, so much resistance and just contradiction within myself. And so as I have been telling myself, like, relax, believe, and work, I am using that to guide me when opportunities or events or random things keep coming up my way. And I just remind myself, I'm like, okay, we have to believe and work so that when those moments of continuous self-doubt continue to happen, I'm able to fight against it. And I'm just like, girl, we need to relax, we need to take a chill pill, and I just have to believe that things are going to happen the way that they are meant to happen. I just have to keep believing and showing up every day to remind myself of that. So when I put it that way for myself and I try to follow those 3 words, it reminds me what I'm capable capable of. And like I said, to literally take a chill pill and just be like, girl, use these words to guide you, use these words to be your intention. So try this out in 2025. See if you like this. It's not for everybody. I know not everyone is going to like these tips, but again, it's just something to put out there to add to your action plan in case you're thinking of implementing some new kind of practices. Tip number 2 is implement a mental health days. This is going to be one of the most important tips that I mentioned throughout this video, because you need to get used to the fact that we have to dedicate days that are just for us. You need to dedicate days that are just for you. And I was talking about this with my sister literally this week, because I told her that sometimes if we don't care enough about ourselves and we don't put ourselves first and have those moments, so many other things are going to crumble. And we can look fine from the outside, like you're getting your work done, you're accomplishing things, you're checking things off that to-do list, but are you actually fulfilled inside? Or are you literally just doing things because it looks good on paper? You do not need to always be on all of the time. You have to have days during the month or during the week where it literally is just a you day. You prioritize you, whether you sleep in for a few hours and you don't set an alarm, or you want to go and get your hair done, you grab brunch with a friend or something, you just do anything it is that you've been wanting to do. So dedicate this day and this time to just doing something for you, because you matter. You deserve to care for yourself as much as you care for others. Like, a lot of people think that it's selfish or that you need to feel guilty when you put yourself first, but we really need to just get that out the way. Just do things that make you feel good so that you're not worried about getting some kind of external validation. And mental health days really help bring that boundary. It helps reduce stress, it helps prevent burnout, and you're giving yourself a pause day to come back with bigger and better energy. Because like I said, people get very guilty about taking days off or spending time doing things that are for them, and we should never feel guilty about this, because we should not feel like we need to be working all the time. We should not feel like we have to be glued to a screen all day. We need to have a day off where we literally just do self-care and we put our mental well-being first. And this morning, for example, I woke up a little bit later because all weekend I woke up really early, and my weekends are usually for me to sleep in a little bit to like 9:30, because during the week I wake up between 6 and 7. Today I did not feel bad about it. I was like, I'm not even going to set an alarm. I'm just going to see when my body wakes up. And that is exactly what I did. And I felt really good because I recognized that my body was like, girl, you are tired. You are not going to have the energy to do anything today if you just wake up another day really, really early again. You need to recognize when you need those little moments. And as said in this article on mcleanhospital.org, it says the goal of a mental health day is to re-clarify what your values are and try to bring your day in line with those values so you can get back on track. So remember that the next time you feel guilty about a day off, or maybe you don't think you should just be able to chill on the couch for a few hours, remember that it's about building that boundary. Have a separation between work and life, and keep making sure that you build that separation, because a lot of people tend to blur the line of who they are at work and then who they are at home, and it causes this conflict, it causes this contradiction. Learn to have that separation between work and life. You don't need to be on your work email at home all the time. Do things for you. Learn to separate that line. Tip 3 is prioritize a structured morning and night routine. So lucky for you guys, I actually have 2 videos on how to perfect the morning and night routine for yourself. Those videos obviously dive a lot deeper into routines and why they're so significant, but I want to give you guys the main meat and potatoes of those videos and why they work, because if you don't have the right morning routine, your day is going to go according to that. If you don't have the right night routine, your night is going to go according to that. You literally have to align to both of them, because that is going to allow you to be set up for the following day. If you don't get the right rest at night, the next day you're going to be tired. If you don't set up your morning properly, the rest of the day is going to be messed up. And so you need to structure your mornings and your nights to really prime the body and the mind for what is to come. And as I was making my notes for this video, I actually noticed that if you do not prime your body and your mind for what is to come for the following day, then nothing is going to go according to plan. And it's literally like applying makeup. You want the right primer to have all of your makeup stick and stay on for the entire day. You don't want your makeup to move. And so the same lesson can be applied with your routines. You have all of these things that you're going to do throughout the day, but if you don't have the right primer, if you don't have the right foundation that is holding everything else together, it's literally going to crumble. So why would you think that because you went to sleep at 2 a.m. the next day you're going to have an amazing routine. You're going to wake up early, you're going to go on a walk, you're going to work out, you're going to do all of these things when literally you already went to sleep so late. You're going to be groggy, you're going to be tired. It's like you need to have the right primer, just like with makeup, before you put all of those layers on and you expect it to stay on all day. And the one thing that I've noticed from years of trying to perfect my perfect routine, and something that I've noticed I struggled with a lot, is that I was trying to build a routine based off of what looked aesthetic, based off of what other people were doing, and I was trying to force myself to do those things, when in reality that is what is going to get you to resent your routine. You're eventually not going to like it, it's not going to be fun, and you're not going to want to do it. And that is what I was struggling with, is I was trying to add all of these things that other people were doing on TikTok, and I was like, what do I actually want to do? And so I realized I like to go on walks, I like to go to CycleBar, I like to listen to podcasts and motivational videos while I'm walking in the morning, and it gets me into that right mindset first thing in the morning. So I'm not just waking up, changing, eating breakfast, putting on my skincare, and then getting right to work. I'm waking up, I'm having a nice slow morning, I'm going on a walk, listening to something to get me in the right positive mindset, and then I'm going to come home, change, shower, and then start my work. It is a lot harder for me to focus, I noticed, when I just wake up and I get right into work mode. It's good to just have a little bit of that movement first thing in the morning. I also completely stopped going on social media first thing in the morning as well. It has changed my life for the better, and even at night I also don't go on it as much, because literally it is just way too much. And I noticed when I was scrolling late at night for several hours on TikTok, I would literally be like, where did the time go? And so I started telling myself, after 7, no more social media, including TikTok or Instagram. I want to just chill, either watch like a chill YouTube video, listen to an audiobook, journal, pray, read a book, play a little bit on my laptop, and then get in bed. But this is a routine that I've built myself over years of finally realizing I don't feel good at night when I'm scrolling for hours. I want to change that, and so I did. Now I read more, now I'm doing things that are more for me, and I don't have that anxiety of being on social media first thing in the morning either, and seeing what were people doing while I was sleeping. Prioritize building that routine of what does success in the morning look like for you, and what does it look like at night for you, because the most important thing is to personalize what you like to do, what do you enjoy, and start adding that. Because if you don't like to journal first thing in the morning but you like to journal at night like me, then go ahead and do that, because you need to do what works for you, because you need to love it. It's your routine. Tip 4 is commit to a regular workout routine. So I will be honest when I tell you guys, I honestly have a hard time moving my body. I used to hate working out, but then I started finding things and trying things that were fun and exciting and different for me, and it has changed my mindset completely on working out, because I used to think that working out had to be this really intense, crazy, sweating, cardio type movement, but in reality, working out can be simple, it can be fun. You just need to have the right mindset about it so that you can enjoy it. Because if you go in with the mindset that you have to lose weight, you have to look a certain way, you don't like how you look, then you're never going to be happy when you are working out, versus thinking with the mindset of, I love my body, I'm grateful that I get to move today, I'm grateful that I have the opportunity and the chance to move my body today. So having that positive thinking can really change the way that you approach working out in general. And you don't have to be the person either that is hitting up the gym daily, but you can start slow. You can have a few days of cardio, you can do strength, Pilates, yoga, literally whatever it is. You are going to be more consistent when you are having more fun with it. Because I personally did not want to go to my local gym. I did not want to bump into anybody that I did a high school project with. Like, I was just like, I want to avoid this at all costs. And so I did a little bit of research. I was like, what can I do to enjoy it but have a little bit of fun? And then I found out about CycleBar, which I've mentioned in so many of my previous videos and also on TikTok. And it is this place where I can now work out confidently. I've met amazing people, I've made great friends, and I have this sense of community and belonging. And on days that I don't want to go to CycleBar, I'll go to the park, I'll walk a little bit and try to get 5 or 7K steps in. But it's all about trying to move a little bit during the week. And of course, it can be hard with all the things that we do on a day-to-day basis, but at the same time, think of the benefits that come with moving your body. Your body physically is being supported, your stress is reduced, and your energy levels also begin to thrive. You're never going to regret going to a workout class or just working out in general, because after you take it or you go get that workout done, you're going to be happy with yourself. You're like, I'm glad that I went and I moved my body. So definitely consider that next time you are feeling a little bit lazy like me sometimes and you're like, I need to get some movement in today. Tip 5 is develop a financial wellness system. So finances are something that not a lot of people like to talk about. I feel like it's still a little bit of a taboo topic, but I think the more we talk about it, the more we can get a lot of people more involved with taking their finances a lot more seriously, saving more money, etc. And I'm not a financial guru. This is not financial advice. This is literally just some tips that I personally do that I want to share back with you guys, just things that I've learned over the last few years, which include setting aside money and transferring money into your savings account regularly from your checking every single month, even if it is a small amount, because once it's out of sight and it's sitting in that bank account in the savings, you are not even going to think about it. You're just going to keep adding to it and adding to it. And there are so many really great high yield savings accounts like Marcus by Goldman Sachs, SoFi. They provide really high interest rates, which are a lot bigger than your typical banks, which usually provide 1%. I know Marcus by Goldman Sachs, that's the one that I personally use, and they have, I think, 4 or 4.5% interest, which is really, really great. And sometimes it's even higher depending on the bank, but you literally earn money for having your money sit in these high yield savings accounts, and it's really great. You should also try to take advantage of different offers from credit cards depending on if you can afford it and if it makes sense for you. So if you know that you have a really big purchase coming up, consider getting a card that has a really good welcome offer or welcome bonus. Like, for example, I have the American Express Gold card. If you spend $6,000 in the first 6 months of using your card, you get 75,000 points, which can literally be used for traveling, for booking hotels, flights, and more. So just be considerate of that, but definitely take advantage of different offers, see what is around, especially if you know you're going to be making a big purchase soon. Try to take advantage of those points, because getting that amount of points and then using it on a vacation or a trip is the best. Been there, done that, and it was the best experience. You can also do end of the week check-ins with your finances to just keep track of your money, see what has to be paid towards your balances, and see what you could maybe cut back on with spending in the following week. I know for me in my Google Calendar, I have a 2 and a 1 week notice in advance to let me know when I have to pay my cards. For example, my Amex, my Chase cards, I literally have it set up where it's a 2 week reminder and then a 1 week reminder, so that I know my card is literally due for payment in a few days or in a few weeks. And it just keeps me knowing like there's peace of mind of, okay, I know the dates for all of my cards when everything is due, and it's just great to be very, very organized in that way. The last and final tip for today's video is to set quarterly focus goals. So each quarter of the year, it can be really fun to identify different things that you want to focus on or that you want to try to develop, and you should definitely set that time aside to do that. I think it's a great way to introduce something fun in the new year, because if you are someone that is not learning or growing all of the time, you are going to be stuck where you are and you're never going to be advancing in different things. I have said in my previous videos that even after college, you should always try to still learn and grow and try new different things, because even though you're out of school, it does not mean that you still have to not be learning in a way. So this can be picking up on a new professional skill or different areas maybe it is that you want to improve on. Maybe you want to work on your public speaking, maybe you want to network more, you want to enhance your digital skills. Whatever it is, try to spend these 3-month periods to refine or rebuild those skills, whether it is through different pieces of content like learning through podcast episodes, YouTube videos, articles, reading books, and more. And by breaking this down into different quarters, you are going to make it a lot less intimidating. It's going to be more manageable. You are going to be diversifying your skill set, and it's just a reminder that learning is a never-ending journey. We should all continue to do it. It boosts your confidence, not just in your career, but also within yourself, because you're opening up yourself to new opportunities. And a really great example of this was when I started my content creation journey. I had no idea all of the avenues that was going to open up for me when I started content creation. And because I started a few years ago, I've now been exposed to modeling opportunities for different brands like Under Armour. I've been able to speak at different events and panels like with Kate Spade New York. And literally because I decided to be a content creator and because of my passion for making content and editing and putting myself out there in the world and giving a chance for the world to see it, I have now been able to open up my skill set, because I never thought that me talking to my phone phone in my room or talking to a camera in my room was going to lead me to modeling and being in front of a camera for other people, and even being a speaker at different panel events. So because I took a chance on myself, because I am continuously building on my skill sets, I have gained so much more than I could have ever imagined. And so even though I started out with content creation, I've continued to build skills on top of that, which have really helped me in life. So if there is something that you want to focus on or that you want to build and you want to find the time for it, now is the time to start thinking about what you want to do in the following year, and then divide it into different quarters. And I know language learning is another great one. I'm a huge fan of Duolingo, and I'm actually currently learning Arabic. I was previously learning Italian, but since I already know Spanish and it was very similar, I wanted to challenge myself a little bit more. And so I am currently, I think, on like a 70-day streak with Arabic, which is really cool. It's very exciting. And the next step that I want to take now is to set even more time aside during the week, besides just using the Duolingo app, and dedicating a notebook or getting workbooks on Amazon and even watching YouTube content to really learn how can I take my Arabic learning skills to the next level, because I am nowhere near learning how to speak it, but I'm learning a lot about the grammar. And so it is a skill that I really want to enhance, because eventually I would love to be trilingual. So when it comes to diversifying your skill sets, think about what areas you want to thrive. Do you want to focus on your career? Do you want to focus on personal? Whatever it is, think about it. There are so many free resources available out there. It is literally just about sitting down and finding the time to make time for what it is that you want to do. That is all for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed and that this was helpful. If you are looking to start your action plan for 2025 and make your goals happen, make your dreams happen, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. So do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys. Bye.